The federal investigation into a Cyclospora outbreak tied to shredded iceberg lettuce has expanded from 5 states to 9. Reported illnesses increased from 1,644 to 1,947, and hospitalizations rose from 94 to at least 98. Federal agencies report no deaths. This is No Spins, Just News for Friday, July 24th. First, this is a material update to the lettuce outbreak in this morning's report. The Food and Drug Administration and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention now list Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania in addition to the 5 states previously named. The investigation links the outbreak to shredded iceberg lettuce served at Taco Bell locations in the affected states. The reported case count is 1,947, with at least 98 hospitalizations and no deaths reported. The latest illness onset listed by the FDA is July 20th. These are reported illnesses in this specific, ongoing investigation. They're not a count of every Cyclospora infection in the United States. The agencies say the investigation remains active. The FDA identifies Taylor Farms de Mexico as the supplier of the shredded iceberg lettuce in the investigation. A separate, source unknown Cyclospora cluster also remains under investigation. It has 72 reported illnesses, but the FDA has not announced a product or location for that separate cluster. The two investigations should not be combined. Next, a legal challenge was filed today against the Section 301 tariffs covered in this morning's report. The Liberty Justice Center filed Burlap and Barrel and others versus Greer and others in the U.S. Court of International Trade. This is a complaint, not a court ruling. The complaint seeks to invalidate the new tariffs, obtain an injunction, and pursue refunds. The plaintiffs argue that the administration cannot preserve a global tariff policy by switching legal authorities. That is the plaintiff's legal argument. The court has not ruled on the complaint, and no injunction or refund order has been issued in this case. The confirmed change since the AM edition is the filing itself. The tariff framework remains the one described this morning. Because published accounts describe the tariff scope differently, this report does not introduce a new scope number. The next verifiable steps are a docketed government response, any motion for emergency relief, and a court order. Finally, a Defense Department casualty tracker is the subject of a new public discrepancy report and a Senate request for explanation. CBS News reported today that the Defense Casualty Analysis System page displayed 14 deaths and 420 wounded, while 18 U.S. service member deaths have been publicly reported. A Pentagon spokesperson told CBS the difference was a temporary data disruption that was being resolved. That does not establish a corrected total or the reason for the discrepancy. Senate Armed Services Committee Democrats sent a letter dated July 23rd requesting an explanation and additional detail from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth by July 30th. The reported tracker display, the Pentagon response, and the senator's request are confirmed public records. The underlying cause remains unresolved in the reviewed sources. What to watch next? Updated FDA and CDC case counts or source findings, filings and orders in the tariff case, and a Defense Department update or response to the Senate letter. Complete direct source links are in the description. If this report helped, smash the like button, share this video, and subscribe. Thank you for watching No Spins, Just News.